Shay family, it's your guy, man, Amon Rose, aka the Conscious Cowboy, aka Edwin Rose. Hey, man, let's dive right into it. Do prayers really work? Um, yeah, man. Especially, listen, I I overstand indoctrination more now than I ever stood in my life. I get it. Um, I'm not mad at my mother. I don't want you to be, you're going to go, if you really start learning some certain things, you're going to be a little bit mad at your parents. And it's a phase. Trust me. Don't get stuck. Like you're stuck in Christianity, don't get stuck for the next 40 years being bitter about something. It's time for us to grow. It's time for us to evolve. Do prayers really work? Um, Black Christians over 40, I don't even want you to look at this as a biblical thing. I just want you to look around you. Just look around you. Look around in your neighborhood. Look at your family. Look at anybody with an illness in your family. Look at anybody that passed away in your family. Look at the things that you have experienced in this life and ask yourself, did prayer work? Is prayer working? What are you praying for? Why are you on your knees hooting and hollering? Snot bubbles. Prayer does not work. Example number one. How many people overweight? How many people pre-diabetic? How many people heart disease? How many people are diabetic? How many people with what these people call illnesses and diseases? How many people you know in your family has been affected by what you eat? Now, my southern black people that's over 40, don't you pray over every meal? Don't you bless, which means to curse, means to be less? Don't you bless the food? So that's obvious, right? We ain't even got to go into no details in that. So all the salt, all the pork, all the poison, all the contaminants, all the cancer ailments, all the carcinogens should be blessed away, right? No, no. It ain't work. Not one time. It ain't work. It ain't work. So you pray over your food. You have the you guys are little mini gluttons. I was one. Don't look, man. I ain't talking from the sidelines, family. Y'all know I was a Christian. Y'all know I was born into the religion. Y'all are gluttons. You're over consumers. You know you are. You know you are. Everything that you have been programmed and indoctrinated to do is actually hurting you. So praying over your food, that's one example that your prayers don't work. Number two is when those people are sick, before they die, the people that have passed away that was sick, and you prayed in Jesus' name, in Jesus' blood, through the blood of Christ, this person was healed and that person died, or that person stayed sick for a long time. Once again, what are you praying for? Your prayers don't work. Your prayers don't work. That's obvious. And I'm talking about death. I ain't talking about somebody that got sick and, shoot, every day somebody gets sick and heal themselves. That's just part of life, right? That's just me going, catching a cold and I'm good the next day. That ain't nobody. Look, once again, ain't no entity healed me. You got two type of people when they get sick. You got people that go to the pharmacy, and you got people that go to the farm to see what they can get. You got people that go to the pharmacy, and you got people like me that goes to the farm to see what herbs that they can take to heal them. With no prayer involved, but in the process, those that have passed, that you guys was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they so sick. I don't know why they so ill. Or, well, come on, family, we're gonna have a prayer. Hey, y'all, get on Facebook and let's ask for prayer, and y'all pray for us and pray for the family. And pray for what? Y'all prayers don't work. Prayers don't work. That's two, right? Okay, let's go three. Let's go three. Let's go three. Let's knock it out. If prayers worked, and I just want you guys, like I said, when I'm talking to you guys, when I interact with you guys, I want you guys to think. If prayers really work, I would like to say that most of you guys are humane, right? So I'm going to say, and put my name on it, that if prayers work, there would be no starving children on this planet. That's the humane Edwin, right? That's the humane Edwin. That's the humane side of Edwin talking right now. I think most of us have prayed that there'll be no hunger. There will be no mouths unfed. I think we've all made that prayer as a humane person, as a person that's trying to do good and and looking out for your fellow brother. It don't even have to be a fellow Christian, just your fellow human being, right? Part two of this one is, now we went to humane Edwin. Let's go to selfish Edwin. I think, and I know everybody has done this. I think if prayers really work, nobody would be poor. Everybody would be rich. Everybody would have some type of hustle. Everybody's dream would come true. Everybody's dream would come true. There would be no, I know if my prayers were answered, that definitely I wouldn't be like just an average Joe. I know some of my when I was praying, I know some of my prayers was like, damn, get me out of my situation. I need millions and millions and millions of dollars. Shit don't work. That's the selfish part, right? That's the selfish part, because your prayers are your prayers. Your prayers are you're supposed to be your direct line to God, so He can hear you and make things happen on your behalf. So we went the humane way and we went the selfish way. I would still like to just stamp it and say that if prayers really work, there will be no hunger. There will be no poverty on the planet. And that can combine both of them, because poverty will take care of the hungerness and poverty will take care of your pockets, right? So let's use the word poverty. Let's combine those two and say, hey, there will be no poverty on the planet. All the kids will be fed. The parents will be taken care of. People, you don't have an abundance of money, but people will be comfortable, right? We can all say that, just me being the humane person that I am, the empathy person that I am, that's a good analogy to say I know people, and people's prayer range is going to be different. There's people out there that really pray for money, and there's people out there that really pray for other people to be well and healthy. So I would say if prayers work, those two things would be more prevalent on this planet than it is right now. And prayer doesn't work. Prayer doesn't work. Don't sit there. And here's the thing. Let's get into a little story, right? I hate to see somebody say, let me pray for you. We got to stop that. Because most of the time, the thing that person needs is help. Most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, I'm saying most of the time, when you see somebody, oh, I'll pray for you, especially the ones that are quick to do it, because what they're doing is dismissing any responsibility on themselves. See, I'm not that type of person. If you're going through some stuff, what can I do to help you? Hey, if you need me, let me know, and if I can help you, I'll help you. These fake ass Christians, they're the ones that'll be like, oh, let me pray for you. And in Jesus' name, by the blood you are healed. By the blood you're gonna have some money the next week. Just get this shit out of here. I'm gonna have some money next week because somebody actually got off their ass and had a generous enough heart to help instead of sitting there praying to fake ass Jesus. Okay? And like I said, my guys, my people over 40, man, look around you. Look around you. What all the shit that you've seen, all the shit that you went through. You mean to tell me you still, let me pray for you. Let me pray about the power of Jesus. Thank Jesus. Yeah, y'all still, all the shit that y'all been through. Y'all still sitting here talking about Jesus? I just don't understand it. And before anybody get on here and say, yeah, without God there'd be no you, without this person. So I'm gonna ask y'all this. Once again, I want y'all to think, right? Because me personally, I've done the reading, I've done the research, I've told you guys that I've read, and this is over 10 years now, y'all. Y'all know that. So I've read books that I told y'all that I'd never wanted to read and never wanted to give that energy to that book, if that makes sense, or to that, like when I read about all the Wiccans and I read about when I read demonology, here it is. When I read demonology, I was on the mindset of, I don't want anything from this book to be attached to me. But when I read the demonology and I saw all what he was talking about, the witchcraft that he was talking about, and the worshiping that he was talking about, and yeah, I don't know, you hear the chickens, sorry. They're early layers. My apologies. By the time you read it and it clicks to how he infused it with Christianity, then you can say, oh fuck, got duped. And it ain't about so much as transferring energy in this one when you read the book, but it is about transferring energy when you read the book and now you know the Bible. Okay? So, with all that being said, here's another reason why your prayer doesn't work and why your ideology of God is really retarded. Your ideology of God in this book is really retarded because I know some of you guys have prayed for me to find Jesus or to come back to Jesus, right? That is asinine. I was already there. If your God is the God of all people, which is retarded, there's over 5,000 gods. If your God is over all people, first, I don't want nothing to do with him. First, in the afterlife, I don't want to go through none of the tribulations and trials and shit that you guys are waiting for. I don't want no parts of that. Okay? And if there was a place that's opposite of where they had to go and I had to go there, I would gladly go there. I don't believe in no burning place with fire and a devil and all this other shit. Like I told you guys, if you go back and do your research, heaven is hell. Jesus has the keys to hell. Heaven is hell. They tricked you. Jesus is the Antichrist. They tricked you. Okay? So now, getting back on track. If I am where I'm supposed to be, or I'm just where I am right now, I'm on my journey. Like I told y'all, I'm on my journey. And I do believe everybody's journey is like this, and then maybe it'll plateau. You learn a little more, you'll plateau. But I like to say that my journey is a slow climb, that I want to elevate. I tell y'all this, I show y'all this all the time. Change is natural. You shouldn't have the same mindset, or it should be better, sharper than it was 5 years ago. I think every 5 years is a reset, and either you are more convinced of where you are and where you're going, and you're better at it. Like I told you, I want to redo some old videos because I know more information now. I want to do, I'm not going to make a whole bunch of new videos. I just want to redo the ones that I did back in the day just to tighten them up because I left something out or I didn't know this about this era, about this time, and I want to put all those things together. But with all that being said, if your God is the one true God, don't you think I'm doing what he created me to do? Don't you think that I'm doing what your God, if this was true, if I was indoctrinated into this system, don't you think that where I am at is due to your God? It's cause of your God? However you want to look at it. I had no choice in this. This was my life was already written out in the book of life, right? My name's already in there, right? So once you start reading stuff, things change. Once you start, doesn't the Bible tell you to seek wisdom? Doesn't the Bible tell you to seek wisdom? So what if? Let me ask you this. What if the Bible is a test to see if you can actually decode it? I've told y'all, look at the nameplate. You know there's codes in the Bible. You know there's numerology in the Bible. You know there's symbolisms in the Bible. Those are codes. It's a fucking codex book. Those are codes. Can you decipher the code? Do you know who the old man is? Do you know who Baal is? Do you know these things? Do you see the lies? Can you connect the dots? Can you see? Here's the Bible, and everybody, and I hate when everybody says this, don't cherry pick the Bible. That's how you have to read the Bible. The Bible doesn't flow smoothly and transitions from this period to this period. You got to read here, and you got to go over here and read. Then you got to go over here and read. Then you got to go over here and read. You got to go over here and read. You got to go, look, man, even in Genesis, you got the beginning, the middle, and the end, all in Genesis. Come on now. You got all that stuff all in Genesis. So you got the flood, you got everything. So be mindful what you're worshiping and how you're looking at things. And 40 years old and over, fellas, ladies, look around you. Your prayers don't work. And then if you're going to look at somebody like me, you should actually be like, well, that's what God wanted him to do. This is where God wanted me to be. This is the journey God set for me. If that's your belief, because Pharaoh didn't believe in God, but God hardened his heart against his own brother to let his people go. See, I don't believe in that, your God. So your God has hardened his heart against his fake ass son, Jesus, which is the Antichrist, Revelation 13. And he is Baal, Hosea 6:2. You'll call him no more father and call him Baal, or no more Baal. You'll call him father and no more Baal. And who is Baal throughout the whole book? The Canaanite, the evil Canaanite God. In the book, it shows you. So you have to be able to decode it and decipher it and get from up under this lie. So what if this the true calling of God is being on a journey? Hey, it's good when you're in your teens and kind of give you a little structure. Hit your 20s, you should have a little foundation to build something on. When you get to your 30s, if you're reading the book, you have to question some of the things. And when you get to your 40s, you have to be like, hey, man, I left that behind me. That ain't for me no more. How are you still 40 telling people to pray? How are you still 40 and you telling people the Jesus, thank Jesus for everything that you do, everything that you've accomplished. Thank Jesus. Somebody made it to the NFL. Thank Jesus. You the one got up in the morning. You the one put in all those hours. Or whoever your support group was. Thank them. Thank them. I don't understand how you guys even I've listened to prayers. I've listened to prayers, man, and kind of get the little side eye when you hear the prayer. You thanking God for the food when this man that went out there and busted his ass, did whatever he had to do in this society to get the money, to keep the job, to get the money to give to you so you can go get the groceries, so you can, put gas in your car, pay your light bills, pay the power bill, and then you'll sit there and bless the food and thank God for the food and still get cancer. That's got to be the stupidest cycle that we've ever been in, family. That has to be the stupidest cycle. I mean, as a man, and I was a kid. I was a Christian kid when I used to hear this shit and be like, man, old boy did all that work. You thanking God right now? Why you can't thank him? Why you can't thank this man for blessing you? Why you can't thank the people around you for blessing you? Why do we ignore the people that bless us and I want to thank somebody that you've never met, never seen, never spoke to? Show me one time. Talk to me, people. Show me one time where you spoke to God or God told you something and it wasn't in your voice. When you heard that voice, it was your voice. Once again, that's your ideology of what God is and who God is. And I get it. Sometimes we get confused because we are perception people. We perceive how our God should be instead of reading how our God is. We perceive that Jesus, I saw this. Man, the more I post this, the more I see dumb motherfuckers say it. Oh, Jesus is here for peace. Jesus came for peace. This motherfucker said, think not. Think not that I come for peace. I come to bring the sword. Oh, Jesus is here to bring the family together. The family is going to be tight. The family. Same little speech. He does it. He says it twice. I think one is in Matthew and another one is somewhere else. I would have to show it to you guys, but you guys can go back on my pictures and my videos and look at it and do some research. He said, think not that I come for peace. I come to turn the father against the son, the mother against the daughter. So if he comes to turn the father against the son, the mother against the daughter, how the fuck is he here to bring the family together? Because he said, you can't be my disciple if you don't put me above them. At 40, some of this shit got to click, y'all. Some of this shit got to click, y'all, at 40. And I'll let you go with this one. I think I posted this. I was driving to work. I saw some sisters on the side of the road. Got out, fixed the flat tire. She tried to give me some money. I was like, nah, you good. I just don't want you out here. It's a little rough area. She was like, thank God for you. And listen, I'm not the type of person to challenge nobody on their religious shit out in the world, whatever. I just kind of blow the shit off and keep on pushing. But I might react a little different now that it's been so long. I've been so deep into following or learning more stuff outside of Christianity that I might say something now. But once again, that right in your face. How dare you thank God when I'm here? I did that. I fixed that shit. And I don't want your praise, but a thank you, but do nicely. Hey, thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you. 40 over. How are you still a fucking Christian? Wake up. Look around you, family. Look around you, family. I gave you 3 examples. I even gave you a little bonus. Look around you. That shit don't work. Get up, grind, do your thing, be a good human being, okay? Hotep.